A storm breaks, setting the stage. The air crackled with tension. Dawn broke over the French countryside on July 17, 1453. The fields outside the town of Castillon hummed with anticipation. Two armies stood poised, a clash of wills about to erupt. This was no mere skirmish, no petty struggle for land or gold. The very fate of two nations hung in the balance. For nearly a century, the kingdoms of England and France had been locked in a bitter struggle for supremacy. Now, on this seemingly ordinary summer day, the 100 Years' War teetered on a knife's edge. The French, led by the cunning Charles VII, yearned to finally expel the English invaders from their soil. Across the field, English forces, commanded by the aging but still formidable John Talbot, fought with the desperation of cornered wolves. Talbot, a veteran of countless battles, carried the weight of English hopes on his shoulders. The stakes could not have been higher. The Battle of Castillon was not just another clash of arms, it was a battle for the soul of two nations. Like and subscribe to emgotvhistory Warfare for more stories. A century of conflict roots of the 100 Years' War. The 100 Years' War, a misnomer if ever there was one, had its roots in deep-seated animosity and ambition. England and France, vying for power and influence, had clashed repeatedly throughout the centuries. Disputes over territory, succession to the French throne, and economic control fueled the flames of conflict. The war, a brutal tapestry of sieges, raids, and battles, had ravaged both kingdoms. From the English triumphs at Crécy and Agincourt to the French resurgence under Joan of Arc, the conflict had seen dramatic swings in fortune. Yet by 1453 the tide had decidedly turned. The French, revitalized by a newfound sense of national unity and bolstered by innovative tactics and weaponry, were steadily pushing back the English. Castillon represented a golden opportunity to deliver a decisive blow, to finally break the back of English ambition in France. Clash of Eagles. The armies at Castillon. The French army, a force transformed, stood in stark contrast to its English counterpart. Gone were the days of undisciplined knights charging headlong into battle. Charles VII had forged a modern army, its backbone composed of disciplined infantry and skilled archers. But the true game-changer, the weapon that would alter the course of the battle and indeed warfare itself, was artillery. Cannons, still a relatively new invention, occupied a prominent position in the French lines. Across the field, the English army, though smaller in number, remained a formidable force. They were hardened veterans, many having fought together for years, bound by loyalty to Talbot and the English crown. English archers, renowned for their deadly accuracy, represented a significant threat, yet there was a sense of desperation in their ranks. They were fighting for a lost cause, their once mighty empire crumbling around them. They lacked the numbers and, crucially, the firepower of their French adversaries. Section 4. Fury of the French, the battle unfolds. The battle began with a thunderous roar as French cannons unleashed a storm of iron upon the English lines. Cannon fire tore through English ranks, sowing chaos and confusion. English archers, hampered by the rain-soaked ground, struggled to respond effectively. Talbot, ever the bold commander, decided to stake everything on a single decisive attack. He ordered his knights forward, hoping to overwhelm the French with a classic cavalry charge. It proved to be a fatal miscalculation. The French, well prepared for the English tactic, stood firm. Cannon fire continued to decimate the charging English ranks. Talbot, urging his men forward, was struck down, his death a devastating blow to English morale. The English attack faltered, then crumbled. Routed and leaderless, the English survivors were hunted down or captured. The Battle of Castillon was over, a resounding victory for Charles VII and France. Section 5. A New Dawn. Legacy of Castillon. The Battle of Castillon marked a watershed moment in European history. It signaled the end of an epoch, the final decisive clash of the 100 Years' War. The English, their dreams of a continental empire shattered, were driven from virtually all their French holdings, save for the port of Calais. The war, which had consumed generations, finally drew to a close. The battle also had profound implications for the future of warfare. The French victory, achieved in no small part due to the devastating effectiveness of their artillery, heralded the dawn of a new military age. Gunpowder, once a novelty, was now a decisive factor on the battlefield. The age of chivalry, of knightly combat and hand-to-hand fighting, was fading into the past. The battle's impact resonated even within England itself. The loss of their French territories fueled internal strife, contributing to the outbreak of the Wars of the Roses, a bloody power struggle between rival branches of the English royal family. The Battle of Castillon, then, was more than just a battle. It was the closing act of a centuries-long conflict, a harbinger of the changing face of warfare, and a catalyst for internal turmoil in England. It stands as a stark reminder of the enduring power of ambition, the fickle nature of fate, and the relentless march of technological innovation. Like and subscribe to emgotvhistory Warfare for more stories.